Good day. My name is Dan Williams.
And I'm Sharon Williams.
We want to bring greetings from the Osoyoos Project here in Osoyoos in the South Okanagan. And actually, we are test driving a name for our little community, our little church plant. It's called Wayside Crossing. Both Wayside and Crossing have a lot of meaning for us, which we'll maybe go into on another occasion. The purpose of this little video is just to introduce us to you a little bit and tell a little bit of the story to this point. We're coming up to the 1-year anniversary of the project very, very soon, just a month away. And, we're excited about that. How did this all start? Well, we were called to this part of the world, which we know well from vacationing here and traveling here. And a real sense of call to come and do a new work here, a new community building project in the kingdom. And of course, one is not called all by oneself, and we are grateful to have the support of EFCC, specifically the district here in the interior of BC, which has been so supportive. And here we are, 1 year in, and people might ask us, why now? Why in COVID? And of course, we didn't know about COVID when we set the timing, but we were comforted by the thought that whatever good happens, whatever building happens, whatever growth happens, whatever gospel breakthrough happens, God will get all the glory, because certainly there are many, many challenges. But there are also opportunities, and we're pursuing each one of those, and we've sensed God's presence and encouragement from the very beginning. And I want Sharon, who was here for the first 2-3 months without me, really, before the official start on April 1st, to share a bit more about that start.
Yeah, so I was here alone for the first couple of months, and I found myself feeling somewhat isolated after an accident where I fell and fractured my knee. And didn't know anyone yet, hadn't had the opportunity to get out, and here I was housebound, even before COVID had really impacted us. Anyway, God did. He was there with me and provided such amazing support, and people came to my door who I didn't know, weren't believers, and would come in bringing me food and caring for me, and we'd have these amazing conversations. It was a great opportunity for me to share about why I wasn't completely broken and devastated by this, because I was a follower of Jesus, and God was looking after me in the midst of this hard time. One of those people who cared for me in significant ways, and who's since become a very dear friend, I remember one conversation with her where I was kind of, going on about my relationship with the Lord and how this was significant and what he was doing for me. And she kind of shut it down by telling me she was not religious. And I said, that's okay, I'm not religious either. And it was a good moment, and we carried on from there. Well, that person is now a member of our little church community. And even more significant, she's coming closer to the Lord. And this week, as we met for Bible study, she was able to tell one of the members in our group that she'd been praying for him all week. So it really was very significant, a wonderful time in my life where God used this very hard thing. It was a real Genesis 50 time in my life where, the things that were maybe intended for evil, God intended for good. And it makes me think about this time for you and for us, and in the pandemic, what's God doing behind the scenes? I hope that encourages you.
From that really, really wonderful, hard for Sharon, hard on her knee, but and hard on me, because I felt bad about being not physically present that much during those 2 or 3 months to be supporting Sharon, but was comforted that God was doing that and working through these people as Sharon described. But it's carried on from there, and the little community has grown, where we do have a small group of core members and seekers, and our activities are kind of well established already, in the sense that we are meeting on Zoom for a weekly Bible study, and monthly for a very innovative, I think it's innovative version of communion, which has been quite meaningful and rich. And I just wrapped up one round of Youth Alpha with a couple of young adults, and we're hoping to get some new faces there and redo that. And yeah, our other sort of strategy is just to make connections into the community however we can. It is tough this time of year. Some of you will know we tried to do a Christmas concert or show, and we're selling tickets for that. It was supposed to happen December 5th, but the intensified restrictions caused us to have to cancel that. But we have been reaching out to thank people in the who are working hard in wider society. We gave some thank you gifts to the workers at a large care home here in town, 125 workers. That was a big project for our little group. And we have other initiatives like that coming up. We also help with the food bank locally. And these kinds of ways of connecting are meaningful and give us a sort of doorway into people's lives. And so we hope to continue to practice those kind of things. And, you know, we've got lots of visions for where to go from here, especially as things open up after COVID. And Sharon will share a little bit about what came out of a recent exercise where we did a visioning project with or exercise with the team. And anyway, Sharon can report a bit more on that.
Yeah, so we do want to be a light in Osoyoos, and we want to bless this community. And as we talked about it and dreamed about it a day or two ago, we thought about the hope 5 years from now that we would be a network of small group home churches. So a group of churches, Christ-centered and mission-minded, that we'd all have a focus, a theme, that guided our mission. So for an example, one might be around food security, and we would be concerned about feeding the hungry and working on projects that would address that. Or there could be other groups around youth and ministry there, or just lots of different ideas that we had around that. We would gather as a group of groups once a month in a larger setting for worship and communion and prayer and support and encouragement and all of those things. We had a vision that we would have a building large enough to have this combined group meeting once a month. And that space would also be well used during the week to bless the community. So it may house a free store. It may be a place for youth to hang out who are latchkey kids and had nowhere to go after school. They could come and hang out there. And maybe a place for people in the community to just come and reflect and sit and pray or just talk to someone else. So these are some of the things that we've been thinking about and praying about, and God's putting on our heart. And it's great to dream and to hope. And yeah, these are some of the things that we're looking forward to seeing in the future. So we do want to thank you for your prayer support and financial support, and we feel God working here, and we couldn't do it without your support. So thank you.
Yeah, I want to add my thanks for sure. We regularly hear from folks in the district churches talking about praying for us, and that always means a lot.
Yeah.
We need courage, we need creativity, we need commitment, and to have that be sustained and to have that grow in the little team, and so the team gets bigger and more focused. And yeah, we just value your prayers, and of course we're praying for you too, because we know that we're all in this together, for sure, all the time, but especially in COVID times, we need to be encouraging one another in prayer and with encouraging words, which we do appreciate. Some of the CPD churches are supporting us financially, and you know who you are, or if you don't, check it out. You might be surprised that you are, and we're very grateful for that, and well, humbled by that. We couldn't do it without you in that in tangible ways. That we really depend on that. And if you have an interest in being such a supporting church, then talk to your leaders, and the leaders. There's different ways to do it: designated offerings, or a regular lump sum from the mission budget, or however it's organized in your setting. Just get a hold of Martin Perrin, district superintendent, and he can help you with that. And Well, it's been great to be in this new family of churches. We are getting some administrative support from the Lower Pacific District, but CPD is our new home, and we're delighted to be connected with you in this kingdom work, connected with you in Christ. And may we support one another as we go forward together. God bless you. And
Yeah, we'll be praying for you as well. And I look forward, and we look forward to one day being able to visit you in person and to think about this time and hear about what God's been doing in your midst during this very hard time, because I know he's working, doing lots of exciting things. So bless you.
bless you. Thank you very much.
Bye for now.
Bye-bye.